Welcome back. Today we are going to look at a few Hanged Man cards. Card number 12. So we are starting with the Pamela Coleman Smith, as always, to start with the original. And this card is the card of suspension and perspective, surrender and sacrifice, even a willing sacrifice. It's letting go. It's growing from discomfort. So as we can see in this card, he's tied by his leg on the living tree, and his arms are behind his back. He is forming the glyph for sulfur, which is perfection. And as always, I don't know about you, but with the hangman, I always tend to turn it around to look at his perspection. Look at his face. Calm, serenity. And he has the halo of enlightenment. He's letting go. He's viewing things from a different perspective. And this might be related to the story of Odin, who willingly hung himself on the world tree for knowledge. And that mysterious knowledge, of course, led to the runes. So let's take a look at some other ones. Here we have a similar image. Person is hanging by their ankle, leg crossed, arms behind his back. And in this one, we have, it's actually packed with symbols here. So the trees represent, again, like the world tree, in the underworld up into the heavens and the living. Now look close, the cut branches, that symbolizes sacrifice. The person also is losing coins. This is the release from material world items. And again, we'll flip it around. Look at that expression. Very calm, very passive, just taking things in. From the White Cat Tarot, here's the tree. You can see the branches sacrificed, roots going into the underworld. Cross leg, arms behind his back. Calm skies. Let's look at his expression. Now this one seems almost amused, doesn't it? This one is amused at what they are seeing. And it kind of makes sense, you know, when you're a child and you hang upside down, the world looks completely different, doesn't it? Here we have another one from the Owl Tarot. And again, we've got the feet tied in the branch, just hanging there. The wings are not outspread. They're not panicking. They're just kind of sitting there, hanging there, looking around. The head is turned, you know, as if observing. There's the halo of enlightenment and understanding. Turn it around. Calm, amused, interested. Victorian romantic. At first it looks, you know, acrobat. The crowd watching below. There's the net. Arms out, embracing this position. Now let's turn it around. And look, you would think, without the crowd and her hair, of course, she was just walking on the balancing beam. She's very calm. She's poised. She's accepting. Now this one is different. This is from the Runic Tarot. And yeah, at first glance, the person is upside down, but they're not hanging from anything. They're actually on skis and they're doing a big flip. And, you know, he's doing this on purpose, willingly. He's doing this in order to look upside down. Now his arms are out embracing weapons for balance. Let's look at the expression. Expression is actually pretty intense, but taking a good hard look at what is seen during this brief limbo. Pagan cats. This cat has willingly got itself upside down, hung in the draperies, and it's doing it to take a look down. I don't know if you can see it. There's a little mouse down there, and there's some tarot cards actually. But this cat is taking a look. There's a tree behind it, and it's just kind of suspended there, watching. Here's one. This is from the Oak, Ash, and Thorn Tarot, and it's not upside down, but the mouse is deliberately hanging off of the flower stem. There's a storm happening. It's dark outside, but it is deliberately hanging just to see and take a look at what is going on around it. From the Tarot of Oneness, they've labeled it perspective. So this is no hanging, no willing body. This is actually your perspective, as if you were in a balloon basket and you were rising above to take a look down below. A different look, a different perspective. There's one more I want to share, and I actually brought the guidebook. So this is the Tarot of Vampyres. And at first, yes, it's a little vivid there with the colors. And, you know, this might not be to your taste, but I've mentioned it before. The guidebook is what is really, really, to me, valuable about this deck. So let's first take a look, and we'll see the card. So the roots are coming up and attached. Turn it around. Still very calm. So there is also the symbol for water. This is a card ruled by Neptune and water. So let's, I wanted to share briefly what the guidebook here has to say in it, because it's fascinating to me. So let's see if I can pull this up so that you can see both here. So the cards show a demon vampire suspended on a cross. He's tethered by the roots that have grown up from the earth, old beliefs and emotions, and is partly composed of this web of roots. The framework represents our external framework, our personal myths, and all that we define ourselves within our external image. This framework is dissipating, exposing his innermost core, symbolizing that all we thought to be true is a lie. It is now only our unconscious, divine structure that supports us. Our deepest emotions are exposed. The mask has been destroyed, and we must face fears, silently trusting in our higher self. The outer framework of our ego and self-image is discarded so that new life can emerge. The picture speaks of redemption through an absorption into the unconscious, overcoming the ego so that we are strengthened in our faith and enriched in our spirit. Sacrifice leading to resurrection. So I thought that was absolutely fascinating that it talks about that, because most of the time when you see the hanged person, you just think, okay, let's look at things differently, or, you know, let's wait things out, take some time. But with this card, the Tarot of Vampyres, the description goes further into it about releasing that ego, those attachments, the willing sacrifice, and the evolution and enlightenment that happens after. So that was a quick share. I hope you had fun. I sure enjoy doing these, and I will talk to you in the next one.